Welcome to Vator Reports. Today's topic is social networking, and I'm Peter Thiel.
And I'm Bambi Francisco. Peter, this is one of my favorite topics because, of course, we're all social animals. Social networking is really nothing new. It's been around forever.
It would be somewhat strange for a human being not to talk to any other humans at all.
All people want to do is just socialize on the web. In fact, I'm not sure how productive they want to be. They just want to connect.
It's definitely proven to be a great avenue for meeting with other people, with connecting with people you already know, meeting people you don't know, all of these sorts of things where there's some common interests.
Geography, location is really what knitted people together, what brought people together. But on the web, it truly is about your interest. It's not really about your location. It doesn't matter.
Well, there are obviously exceptions. Again, like Facebook, for example, is about people at a particular college. You look at a site like Yelp, which is arguably a local search. So there is both this real world and virtual world intersection.
Yeah. What do you think is the difference between the sites that started 5 years ago or back in '95 and '99? What are some of the differences?
People have just figured out the ways to make the products functional and give people something that it actually makes sense for people to use. A lot of it has just been getting the product mix exactly right. You take a site like Facebook, maybe it could not have been done a few years earlier. If you tried to do that in 1999, not everybody in college had computers, whereas now just about everybody does. So there may have been sort of this timing issue in terms of the larger market. But the main idea is really on the level of the details of what exactly do people do. And that's a very subtle, complicated thing to evaluate.
Yeah. Now, many of these young companies could actually monetize their efforts, whereas you didn't really have that back in 1999.
Well, the advertising model is working a lot better. And I think it's obviously there've been a lot of up and down cycles in the internet advertising history. But yes, this was a huge problem for the Globe and companies like that.
Well, let's take a look we have so many social networking sites on Vator TV, and there's so many. We had to sort of categorize them into different buckets. So I'm just going to go through and share with you some of the sites that we saw on Vator TV. So we found a number of social networking sites that were focused on demographics.
Welcome to the Dad Lab. Today we're going to be talking about kids that poop in the tub. So for this demonstration, we've got a plastic tub and we've got a 40-ounce can of chili.
Clay.
What?
We're not doing the chili in the tub bit today.
We're not?
No. We're doing the company overview piece.
Was that on the production schedule?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you're going to have to take yourself back to your teen days to understand this. Okay? Pixo, just a summary of the business. It's an internet business focused on the teen demographic. Very important. Not anybody in this room.
It's a name you hear once, you'll remember the rest of your life. It's a name that oozes with masculinity. BigJock.com is evolving into the only full-feature social network for gay men anywhere.
And then we have a lot of niche-focused social networking sites.
Flickster is a new movie website. The idea is basically we think that the existing movie websites out there are very old school, very push-oriented.
I really just wanted to make a place where people could make web pages and share facts and photos about their dogs and cats.
I'm here to talk about this, Habbo, which is the world's largest and fastest growing virtual world and online community for teenagers.
Hi, I'm Michael Brill. I'm the founder of Crushpad. Crushpad operates urban wineries where the consumer is the winemaker. So we source fruit from some of the California, Oregon, and Washington's best vineyards, have a state-of-the-art winemaking facility in downtown San Francisco, and a great winemaking team that enables consumers to create their own luxury class wines.
How you doing? I'm Pat Quintero. Run YoYoNation.com, and here to talk about the business. So when I first started yo-yoing, about I guess 8 years ago or 9 years ago now, I had extra change in my pocket, didn't want to carry around change, so I bought a yo-yo. And from there, I guess it just stuck. Picked up a semi-professional yo-yo career doing tours and stuff like that. And now I left the full-time job at Merrill Lynch, pretty high-end Wall Street firm, to run YoYoNation.com full-time.
Then there's mobile social networks.
In today's society, nearly half the world's population has a mobile phone. The service we're going to show to you today is called Explo. and it's the first end-to-end client-server solution that brings together 3D navigation, user chat, and photo share.
Let me tell you about Mobango. Mobango is the largest universal content-driven community for mobile internet users around the world.
We also have social network search.
The question is how to put these two giants, search and social networks, together and create a new category of the internet search experience called social search. That's where prefound.com comes in.
We're delivering instantaneous search results, and we're sprinkling in those results that humans touched and picked in the past.
So of all those buckets, which of those do you think represents a big opportunity?
My sense would be that you don't want things that are too niche-y, at least from the point of view of an investor. I mean, they might still be worthwhile. So the Yo-Yo Nation site might be perfectly worthwhile for someone to do as a hobby, but it would not necessarily be the sort of company that it would make sense to get a venture capital investor on board. I think the ones that I tend to gravitate towards are ones where there's a very strong value proposition for some subset of people. It doesn't have to, they don't have to be all-encompassing and reach everybody in the world, but it has to be very compelling for some people. It's clearly a space that is going to continue to grow, and one has the same questions. Will the growth be largely among the biggest ones? Will it be MySpace, Facebook, maybe Bebo, or some of the European ones that are going to dominate? Or is it again going to be this process of fragmentation and more of a narrow casting?
Is social networking a real big opportunity?
In theory, I think it is. The advertising models are still in the very early stages where a lot of it is just sort of this very generic advertising that's plastered to people. So, Facebook, to take that example, we have 1 billion page views per day. So that's a lot of impressions, and people are willing to pay for that. But the advertising is not yet as targeted as we eventually want to get it to be.
What I'm seeing as far as trends in social networks, there are a lot of destination sites that we've mentioned, and Facebook, which you were one of the first investor in Facebook. What I'm seeing now is there are a number of private label social networking sites. They've just proliferated over the last several months.
Yes.
And it seems that many entrepreneurs think that that's where you need to go. That's where the big money is. And I don't think so. I think the bigger money is in a destination site. But what do you think?
Let me answer the question a little bit abstractly. I think it's always in the best business is to have a product that's very differentiated from other products. Mm-hmm. So if you are the best private label provider and you're dramatically better than everybody else, that's probably pretty valuable. Mm-hmm. Or if you have a social network that's targeted at a very specific demographic, and nobody else is going after that demographic, that might be quite valuable. If there are 20 other people going after the exact same demographic with a site that's not that different, a lot more of a challenge. And so I think the challenge for the private label companies will be, how do you differentiate yourselves from the other private label companies? And that's a somewhat trickier story to convey than how does a social networking site that's targeted at a specific demographic differentiate itself from other demographics. I don't say it can't be done, but that's the challenge they're going to have.
Well, there are a number of companies, social networking sites that are on Vator TV. We did not mention them earlier, but we want to give you a glimpse of some of the great social networking sites on Vator. So take a look.
At Crowd Factory, we help you market you. Whether you are a brand like Coca-Cola or a media company like Disney, you have consumers who are already talking about you.
Hi, my name is Peter Bazaris, founder and CEO of Multiply. Multiply is a 2-year-old website that combines social networking, communications, and digital content sharing.